Today at 41 Garage, we're taking out the Willys. So let's talk about my truck a second. About 4 years ago, I picked it up at a yard sale. It was for sale, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted it, and honestly didn't even ask my wife. I just kind of bought it and told her about it. So brought it home. At the time, it didn't have the bed on it. It had some radial tires, and then had a small block Chevy in the motor, which the guy who originally had it was going to try to make it into a rat rod, and decided against that. He had another project he wanted to do. So now let's talk about a couple of things I've done to it. Obviously, first thing is I got the bed on there through some friends of mine. Happens to live locally, has a Jeep Willys parts place where they get old Jeeps out of the weeds and break them down and part them out and sell them on the internet. So that was such a nice thing for me to be able to do that, because I could just run to his house and he'd have about anything I could ask for. Or if he didn't, he can point me to the place to get the right part. So these tires are NBT tires. They first were built for the military, kind of the original off-road tires. The guy that I got the motor from had those. So we made a deal and I got them tires to go along with the motor I picked up from him. All the way around the block, around the entire courthouse, and even down the side streets, they have cars for this car show that they're having. It's the first Friday every month in the summer. I go over there and record some, but they got music playing and that'll get dinged by YouTube, and who knows what will happen after that. I'll probably end up in jail or something, YouTube jail. So some beautiful cars over there. Maybe I'll take some pictures and post them up. But in any case, trust me, there's a lot of nice cars. It's a beautiful summer night. It's actually Labor Day weekend, and everybody. So Willys-Overland was a company that formed in the early 1900s, and believe it or not, at the time, they were only second in car sales to Ford. I never would have realized that. In 1947, they started selling pickup trucks, and this is 1948 here that I picked up. Okay, so one of the key identifiers for the year is the front grille. And this one has the 7 slots that Jeep is famous for. But in the newer models, or the after 50, I think, they'll see a bar going across the front of them. Also, this badge, this piece here, and I don't think it was ever put on the Jeep trucks. It was on it when I got it. I liked it, so I just left it on there. So now, let's move to the back and talk about the elephant in the room. So you're like, hey Carl, I thought this was an Overland. But on the back, you have the word Jeep. Well, what happened was, when I bought this bed, it came with this tailgate, didn't have the WO on it. And I've seen some pictures on the internet where people had the Jeep logo on there, and I liked it, so I went ahead and did that. So that's how that ended up on there. The purists will say I ruined it, but it's my Jeep, so, or my Overland, or my truck, whatever you want to call it. There it is. So onward with this little trip we go. Well, looks like I got there. So while I'm stopped here waiting on him to get a little closer, let's talk about the interior of this thing. It came with basic dashboard, right? Had somebody tell me that this is a really special option that was on these, and not even sure if it was on the 48 or not. So again, I don't know if it's original. right? So, and then the door panels. I had a bunch of extra license plates, and I ended up using those as the door panels, as you can know. And then I took this wrench and used it as my handle. Used it as a handle. So, see if this guy gets any closer. He's really checking me out now, but I'm not sure. See, even the wildlife likes this Jeep, man. I mean, how could you not? Right? Look at this thing. 72 years old, still driving down the road. I sometimes wonder, like, the people who originally had this, what they did with it, how excited they must have been the day they brought this home from wherever they got it. I wish I knew the story of it. From what I think I know, it was originally from somewhere in central Illinois, and family had it there, and how it ended up over here in Indiana, I have no idea. So can't run a Carfax on it or anything like that. So anyways, looks like he may have finally left. I'd show you where he is, but he is in the shadows of the edge of the woods now. So you're not going to be able to see him, but trust me, he's still there looking. He likes this Jeep just as much as I do. I think he wants a ride. So I've had a lot of people ask me, what are my goals for this thing? What are my plans? What am I going to do with it? Well, let's talk about that a second, because it's really interesting. Uh, what started off getting it on the road was actually one of the goals. In Newport, Indiana, they have an antique auto hill climb every year. Google it, it's a really neat event. You get to see some really cool old cars, like all the way Model T, Model A, way back then, compete. They don't just sit there like the pieces, they're actually up there running. So anyways, I wanted to get this running for that.
Are you ready?
Yes. Got it and was able to compete in that event. I've done it twice already. But then the future plans for this thing is nothing, right? What you see is what you get. I just want to be able to enjoy it, drive it, not have to worry about it, not have to think about, is somebody going to park too close, somebody going to scratch my paint, any of that stuff, right? Because I even use it to go get stuff at Home Depot now. So yeah, that's all I got for that. So let's go on down the road. So it's getting later in the day, time to eat. Found this Jawbone Barbecue in Advance, Indiana, a place I've been to before. Really good stuff, so let's chow down. Yeah, so we're eating right out of the back of the truck. Look at this stuff, it's so good. So just finished up the barbecue here at Jawbone, is awesome as always. So we're gonna head on down the road. So one of the cool things about the truck is that the people I've been able to meet through it, like whenever I go somewhere, whether it's a gas station, Home Depot, restaurant, whatever it is, people want to stop, check out the truck, talk about the truck. I've heard stories about, families who have had similar vehicles in their past, and it's just been really neat that way to meet people and to hear those stories. Um, and we've even had people want to take pictures with the truck, and we've taken family pictures with the truck, which was pretty awesome. One of my favorite pictures is probably, well, not probably, it is where my son and daughter-in-law got a picture with the truck. So I'll show you that right here. But yeah, so it's just been cool that way. So the only thing I really haven't talked about yet too much is the motor. When I bought the truck, it had a Chevy small block in it. I took that out. Through a friend, found a different motor and put that in. So I'm almost back at the house. Let's get back over there and I'll give you a look at what's got under the hood. Okay, back at home. So let's talk about the motor that's in here. Started out with a small block, took that out. Through a friend, was able to pick up a Hurricane 134. So not original to the 48. They didn't make the Hurricane 134 until 1950. But it worked for my situation. So let's take a look under the hood. So like I said, the 134 didn't come out till 1950. Up until then, it was just flatheads. The guy that I got this from, he took it out of Willys. He wanted to make into a rat rod. He actually wanted the small block I had. Okay, a couple things I had to do to be able to put this 134 back in there is starting with the motor mounts. The guy that I got this from pretty much gave me everything. So I just used the motor mounts he gave me, welded those in, and I was good to go. Needed to change out the grill along with the radiator. They were, for the Chevy motor, the grill was cut up in here to fit all the motor and the Chevy radiator. With the Chevy radiator, the hoses came out at different locations. So I was able to get this online. And really, that's about all I did. I converted it back to 6 volt, just because that's what I wanted to do. No real reason for doing that. But yeah, so I've had this in here for, this is 3 years now. It's been running good. I've had to change out the carburetor this past summer, 2019. But beyond that, it's been a good running motor. So I've lucked out with that deal. Alright, so there you have it, the 1948-ish Willys-Overland Jeep Gladiator, whatever you want to call it. We love it. It's part of our family at this point. I don't know what's next, but subscribe to this channel and stay tuned to see what we come up with next. And hopefully give me a like if you enjoyed that video. Want to see more with the Willys? Give me a comment what you think about it. What would you do with it? Would you leave it like it is, or would you restore it back to original? So until the next time, we'll see ya. Boom!
Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't bear. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, all your love, all your love. Baby, give me all your love, all your love, all your love. One more night, one more night.